Hello everyone and welcome to my review of Chopper, otherwise known as C1-10P. This set was released on May the 1st of 2025 at an original retail price of $99.99 USD. Now I have been collecting LEGO Star Wars for quite a few years, but I've only been making YouTube since 2023, and ever since then I have wanted them to make a buildable Chopper, and I am so glad that they finally did, and I'm very excited to talk about this set. Now it is given set number 75416, is rated for ages 10 and up, and has 1,039 pieces, which gives this set an original price per piece of 10 cents. Now this set is based on the Ahsoka show, and you can see Ahsoka in the bottom left hand corner to indicate that. Now this set of course does come with the Chopper minifigure. On the side of the box you do get that same image of Chopper that you see on the front. Now taking a look at the back of the box, we get to see a different image of Chopper as well as the display stand, and then lastly you also get to see the play features. Now this box opens by using these pull tabs here, push and pull to reveal the contents. Now inside of your box you will find a total of 7 numbered bags, a relatively small sticker sheet, and lastly you'll find an instruction manual. Now inside of your instruction manual you will find the same page about the paper bags, and then you get this page with the buildable Chopper as well as the Chopper in universe, and a lot of people are pointing out that the yellow strip on his face is too long on the buildable model, and to me that just seems a little nitpicky. Yes, it is inaccurate, I will grant it, but I really don't think one stud is going to make or break this model. Now they do try and advertise the fact that you can build this with 4 people at the same time, and yes you can do that, but you will still be waiting around for another person to finish building their section first. And here we have your first look at the final product. I am so glad that we finally have a buildable Chopper. It has been so long, so overdue, and there's a lot of great detail to talk about as well as some comparisons. So first, let's go ahead and start with the stand and the extras. Now these stands are pretty much standard issue when it comes to these buildable characters, but it is still a great inclusion. Now this particular stand does come with a minifigure as well as a printed display plaque. Now here is a close-up of that display plaque if you would like to pause and read. And then directly to the left is everyone's favorite war criminal, Chopper. Now this Chopper minifigure is the exact same one that we saw in the Ghost and Phantom 2 released in 2023, and it is a phenomenal figure with a great amount of printing on both the back and front of torso. This is the only other droid that gets that aside from R2-D2. Now on the back of the display stand you have these 1x1 orange bricks with a pinhole in them. Now those bricks are meant to go inside the holes left from where you take the arms out, and unfortunately they don't tell you that in the instruction manuals, but it is on the product images of the box. On the back of Chopper you will see this little knob. Pushing this knob downward then back up will actually cause his head to go side to side frantically. And this is what his head will do when you use that knob. Now you can get the same effect, if not a greater effect, just by wiggling him back and forth a little bit. Now the arms on the top of his head have quite a lot of motion, having 3 different joints. Now this does make Chopper pretty poseable, and I think that's perfect as he is a very expressive character. And as I showed you earlier, if you so desire you can remove both of his arms. Now his little radar dish on the top of his head can spin 360 degrees around, and if you so desire you can actually remove this from the top of his head. Moving on to the next play feature, Chopper has a 3rd arm tucked away in his torso. Now this arm only has 2 joints in comparison to the ones on his head, but I think Chopper would be incomplete without this arm, as it does add a nice splash of posability and accuracy. Now when it comes to the head, it can spin 360 degrees around. Now there's not a lot of detail to talk about on the top of his head, but the overall shaping of his head looks absolutely fantastic. Now while this probably isn't an intended play feature, these things here do move, and I think they're supposed to represent some pipes, but I couldn't find a diagram of Chopper to find out exactly what they are. And of course, since he is an astromech, he does come with his 3rd tread. Now for Chopper, that is just a wheel, but this thing definitely gets the job done. And it is very easy to attach. It just attaches here on the underside of Chopper. Now, unfortunately, he's not going to roll out very well. The wheel does its job incredibly well. It's just the other 2 treads that feel like they get stuck on anything that has a texture. Maybe if they added some tile pieces to the underside of the tread, it would work a lot better. Now, unfortunately, all these parts you see here that have detail on them are not printed. They are in fact stickers. Now, there are only really 2 stickers that are a bit of a hassle to line up. Now, these definitely weren't the worst stickers I've ever had to try and line up, but they definitely weren't fun either. Now, of course, the stickers do have that color matching issue, but I am still glad that these stickers are present because they add a nice amount of detail to the model that otherwise would not be present, even though I wish they would print. Now, there are some fun details I want to point out, like this 2-piece here on this leg. I just think it adds a nice splash of detail to the figure. And then you got the usage of these whip pieces here. And then you got these little column pieces here that look like they could either mimic hydraulics or they could mimic shock absorbers. Now it's time to put him side by side with R2-D2. Now these two droids were sold at the exact same price tag of $99.99 USD. They both come with a display plaque and minifigure, but R2-D2 comes with the exclusive Darth Malak minifigure, really boosting its perception of value. Now, on one hand, I completely understand people who are saying Chopper's not worth as much as R2-D2 because he doesn't come with a second minifigure like Darth Malak. We also have to remember that the 25th anniversary figures are an oddity and are not expected of every set. So comparing what they actually have in common, their display stands and minifigures are practically identical in terms of the amount of detail that they hold and in overall quality. Now, while R2-D2 does come with 1,050 pieces, if you remove the Darth Malak and the display stand for him, that removes 11 pieces, bringing you to 1,039 pieces, meaning that these sets, outside of the 25th anniversary, would have the exact same amount of pieces. And yes, I know, price per piece and piece count is not everything when it comes to valuing a set. Now, I think most people are probably going to gravitate towards R2-D2 being a better set because of the 25th anniversary figure, and he's also a much larger model. And they are almost identical in terms of how many play features they have. R2-D2 comes with 2 arms, a periscope, a third tread, and a 360-degree spinning head, while Chopper comes with 3 arms, a 360-degree spinning head, a third tread, as well as his wobbling head. Now, if you'd like to see an in-depth on R2-D2, click the link in the corner. That'll take you to the video. But how would Chopper look side by side with some of the ones that you might have in your collection? And honestly, he blends right in. He looks right at home with the rest of these figures. And yes, I know, not all of these figures are in scale to one another, and to me that doesn't really matter. It's really cool just to see some of these really well detailed models side by side with each other. Say what you will about the sequels, but I definitely think it is time to get a buildable BB-8 that is in scale with the R2-D2 and Chopper. With all of that being said, what are my thoughts on this set? I honestly think that it is a phenomenal set, but that $100 price point definitely feels a bit yikesy to me. So there are 3 things I could say negatively about the set. I wish that he had tiled parts underneath of his tread so he could slide along surfaces a bit easier. Having prints instead of stickers would go a long way in terms of overall quality and perception of value. And if you really want to get nitpicky, you can fix that 1x1 yellow tile piece and swap it out for orange. But other than that, this really is a good set. It just feels a little bit expensive. So I would definitely wait for this set to go on sale, save yourself a bit of money. But that is all I have to say on this set. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you found this video helpful for your purchasing decisions. If you did enjoy this video or found it helpful, please let me know by leaving a like. Let me know your thoughts on this set and more in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, as it is a great and free way to support the channel. Join the Discord if you want to talk to me about LEGO Star Wars. Thank you for 900 subscribers. That is absolutely insane, and it means the world to me. But until next time, stay bricked up and enjoy what you love.